Hello, testing 1 2. Screen check 1 2. Hello, testing 1 2. Is this working? All right, that's gonna be our first try. We're gonna try this.
It was so buried
in
in
a
there.
while since we stream. Derek, I think I can hear you, Derek.
Yeah, you can.
But just find a way to turn on your video, and we should be able to see you soon. Because I think we're live right now.
Can't see me right now?
I cannot see you right now, Derek.
Huh? Really? Because I'm on. I don't know. I don't know how to turn on the video. It doesn't really give me an option for that.
No.
It said join. Gosh, I would love for you to walk me through a tutorial of this.
I don't know why we got it yesterday in the in the desk. We got people already in the chat. Swedish Moose is there. Good morning from Sweden.
On my YouTube right now.
Yeah. Do you see the stream on your YouTube?
No. It says 60 seconds.
All right, we're going live soon, man.
I know I can't get it to work. I don't know what the fuck's going on. What am I supposed to do? So I've been sitting here waiting. It says video channels. It says general, left, invite members, general, voice. And then it says general and it has speaker and it has your thing. But I don't know how to get the video.
Don't you see a little like video icon in the bottom left or something?
No. Nope. There's no video icon on the left bottom, no.
Oh well.
Dude, I don't know how did we do that yesterday?
Yeah.
What is
Maybe...
I have like nothing. Like it's not really doing anything. I don't know if I'm having like service issues or it's not showing me anything. I don't have anything that shows me where I can do my video.
Yeah, and I mean, check. I have the iOS version of this app. There must be a little gear icon or something that you can check. Hey, Josie Rangel is in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna race this weekend, Josie. Are you gonna be there? Are you in California? Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
What the fuck?
Let's say I join.
We have a
Going live in 5 seconds. We're gonna. All right, let's roll the intro.
Do you have video now? And I don't have anything on my TV either. There, look at this one.
Oh, maybe it's coming.
Is it coming?
It's trying to.
Wow, is my service just stop by? Outside now. Is it doing anything?
I think it was trying.
Really? It's just blinking and dashing and I don't know. I did push the video button, but I don't have anything on my YouTube either. You're like, say you're live?
Oh yeah, we're live. We're watching the intro right now.
Yeah, nothing's happening. I got nothing. On my TV doing nothing. There we go. Alright, I'm up.
All right, we're live. I mean, we don't see your face, Derek, but we're gonna hear you through the stream. So stick around. You might, maybe it's your signal that's gonna get better.
There we go. Yeah, hopefully my signal speeds up here a little bit, huh?
Yeah, we see you on the stream, but it's the pre-recorded footage of you. So we are at the start of the Nordic race right now. And yeah, it's a bit a different format this year, you know, with the pandemic and everything. So we're gonna be racing 1 by 1. So it's a time trial. So instead of a mass start like in cross country Olympic, we go 1 by 1. And we got some people in the chat there. So Diego is here, Big Huge is here, Ken is here. All right. What's up, guys? Pencho is here too. So yeah, remember those names. Been a while since I streamed, so yeah, pretty good to get back to it. I mean, it's gonna be a bit rocky, I think, tonight. We're testing some new software, new ways to stream. So bear with us. Let us know if things go wrong, if the sound is crappy or whatever. I'm gonna try to fix it as we go. And yeah, so you see, the way we were doing the race, we were lining up one by one at 30 seconds interval. So John Noble is there. We have Trey. Trey is about to go. There he is. He's going. And I think we had Stewart. Stewart left just before Trey. So those were the two first riders. John Noble is gonna go third, and I'm gonna go in fourth. So yeah, 30 seconds intervals. We're gonna pretty much race solo, but yeah, usually at Nordic we end up racing solo. So anything too much iRacing. Yeah, so I'm sitting in my iRacing rig right now. So that's my sim racing rig. So yeah, there he goes. John Noble is up. So I'm next. I'm up next. Let me click on stuff here.
10 seconds.
All right, about to go. About to get my my start. All right, it's on. I'm going. And we start the flyby, so it's in sync. All right, so here we go. We're racing. So I haven't raced in a while. The last race I did, I think it was in February. Before that, so it's been a while. And all right, we got Snowboys in the chat. How's it going? Was just at Mammoth. Sucks there's no kamikaze. Yeah, there's no kamikaze this year. That's a bummer. A lot of stuff are canceled. There's some enduro racing. I think the enduro series is doing it. Yeah, it was tough to start racing. I mean, here that's the first climb, so it starts on a climb like that. And I didn't know what I had, so I was like, okay, I need to listen to the legs. Cristiano is in the chat. Good night from Kansas. How's it going? Yeah. Trail lady is here. Greetings from SoCal. All right, we're gonna have a few people from SoCal. And yeah, Ken saying it's like an enduro race. Yeah, it's like a 2-hour long enduro stage, right? So we go one by one time stage. It's just a very long stage. Jose is asking, how was it getting back to racing? Yeah, it was tough. It was really tough. So my mindset approaching this was like, I take it like it's a ride, and I'm just gonna try to do the full race distance at altitude, see how my body feels. I was not prepared to go flat out. You can see the heart rate is pretty low. So I didn't train my top end so much. Yeah, the top left picture in picture is supposed to be Derek there, so I hope Derek can figure it out. Maybe he's got some signal issues. So yeah, Derek, I don't know if you hear me. You can keep rejoining the voice channel on Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, Derek, I got you on a video. Do you?
It's not coming up though.
No, I can recenter you like that.
There we go.
Okay, I hear you now. All right, and look at that. We got already one guy passing me. So that means I'm already 30 seconds down. So that's not a good sign.
Here, let me turn this down. I got the crazy mountain wall barking in the background.
All right. Let me see if I can raise the volume a little bit. Do you have control over your volume?
Yeah, I turned mine TV off and now just the volume on my phone, so I think I'm good.
Okay, let me know, guys, in the chat if it's if you can hear Derek talking, if it's loud enough. We can adjust the volumes as we go. So yeah, just starting the race. I think Derek, you were starting behind us in the expert category.
Yeah, it's the first time I raced in the Masters category. and I did it for my team because we got better points, and instead of going up against 7 of my pros, for me to race in that. Plus, and I only had to do 2 laps, so that was kind of good. I didn't have very much pressure on me, but I did get beat. I was kind of surprised to get beat, but I was okay. It was, I got something to work towards.
That was good. Yeah, you don't want to take points away from your guys.
It was better for the team for the overall points.
Nice. All right, so I didn't pre-ride this course, so for me it was like rediscovering Nordic at the same time. But you did a lot of pre-riding, so you even pre-rolled the course for this weekend. This weekend's race, we're gonna race there Saturday.
Yeah, I did. I have 5 little segments up on it if you want to look at it. You're thinking about coming out. I actually just got back from doing another lap on it, kind of, trying to pin it, open it up, see how the bike and everything were working.
Yeah, so that was good. Conditions are good.
Oh, Kerry's been out there doing a ton of work, and he's like made it the fastest it's ever been. Because some of the little bit technical sections now he has buffed out. So look for some record-breaking times this weekend for sure.
Okay. Nice, and we have Swedish Moves in the chat is saying, I have a goals to ride. Oh, your goal? You mean a goal to ride 1,000 kilometers next month on MTB? And he's also riding a Scott Spark RC 900. Damn, that's a lot of kilometers in a month. So how are the trails in Sweden? Is it pretty good? Is it pretty dry at this time of year? And there we got the picture was there, the cameraman.
Yeah, I raced in Sweden, and I raced in Husqvarna and on the European Championship course, and it was one of my favorite race courses I've ever raced on, actually.
Oh yeah. So when was that?
It was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I went and I have some friends in Sweden, Mole and Saga, and I went over there and did a bunch of races, and I was staying in Barbar and Gartenbrook and went to Husqvarna, and it was a great trip actually.
Nice. Yeah, so people are asking if I still ride my Spark, and yeah, the answer is yes. I'm still riding the same bike. I can show you. So that's my bike I'm riding. 2017 Scott Spark RC 900. It's the 4th season I'm doing on this bike. It's pretty crazy.
And that's Bear Valley Bikes right there.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful map.
The picture was taken at Bear Valley Bikes, yeah. And Moberak is asking, you rode 1,700 kilometers on Zwift March and April. Damn. I don't know how these guys ride on Zwift, man. They're really good at it, doing a lot of miles. Have you ever done some Zwift, Derek?
I've done a small amount. I couldn't really get into it. I'm big on getting outside. A little bit of winter time though. I'll get on the the trainer and do a little bit of Zwift, but I prefer to go down to the desert and ride, or just get outside and do some snow biking or whatever if I have to.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky here. We got the outdoors and the weather, and it's just, yeah, riding on the trainer is really difficult for us when it's so perfect outside. So Shepherd Greer is saying hi. Saying hi, Derek. Saying what's up, homies. All right, the first climb, man. If you've ever ridden at Nordic, it's a steep climb at the start. But now
and it just keeps getting steeper right up to that little wall, and then you get to the fire road, and you can just start to pick up some momentum and pin it.
Yeah, it just give you a little taste of how steep it is, and then it gets steeper and steeper and steeper, and at the end it's just like a wall. Hey, Andres Reyes is saying, what's up, Ben? Hey, Ben, long time. How's it going? Pepper is saying, good to see y'all live streaming. And Ken is saying, no open trails here then. Oh yeah.
Wow, it's unbelievable. They would have to go and try to find me out in the woods. If they tried to close the trails, I would still be out there.
You will still be there,
I don't
yeah.
think they could enforce it enough to keep me out of the woods in my backyard and front yard.
Yeah, that's our natural habitat. Yeah, I was pretty bummed out when they closed the trails for almost a month here in Los Angeles. We couldn't go to the national parks and to Topanga and Santa Monica state parks were all closed. And yeah, that was a bummer. 'Cause I guess what happened is, you know, when they started locking down everything here, everybody had the same idea at the same time to go hiking, and then it was just like a massive crowd of people at the trailhead, and then they were like, oh no, we need to shut that down. There's like a crowd of people, but they shut it down for a month or two, and then when they opened it back up, they like didn't tell anybody it was open, so it kind of was a slow ease back into it. So not too many people rushed in all at the same time. So now it's kind of back to normal. Shepherd was saying just
want
close
to
the trail.
close the road to Big Bear and just like stay in Big Bear and not let anybody in, you know, so no corona could get here, and then we could just kind of go and do what we had to do. But it got really mellow here. Like they closed all the restaurants and everything, and it was really quiet. And actually, I didn't realize how nice it was until it sped back up, and it sped back up to like a whole nother level of business. And I mean, as you guys know, the bicycle industry just blew up after toilet paper, and my shop got so incredibly busy. I think we sold over 200 bikes in a matter of like 3 weeks, and we grabbed everything we could, and then the whole entire industry was completely out of bikes.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's like we learned that all the video games about, you know, pandemic were all wrong because the top currencies were toilet paper and bikes. All right, so we've got another dude passing me there. You can look at the flyby. I'll show you the flyby, what it looks like. So so that's the map of the course there. You can see elevation profile at the bottom. So a lot of riders on course. So I'm right here. And who passed me? I think. So we might not have everybody. So I think the guy who just passed me is probably not on Strava. So we've got Greg. First race of the year is behind me. And then those guys passed me earlier. Trey is there, and John Noble is right there. And do we have at the front? We have Charlotte and Stuart is up there.
Yeah, Gustavo, and then Stuart, actually, Romulo. It was a good group. Actually, Nordic had a really great turnout. You know, I've been kind of weighing in on the Grizzly and what to do with that event and if we should have it or not. And I kind of went into the first from Nordic to see what was going to happen and what the landscape was going to be like. And actually got really super good numbers. So it was really promising. And then now we'll see this second Rim Nordic and then, you know, the Team Big Bear race, and then kind of make a decision whether we're going to have the Grizzly or not. If you guys want the Grizzly, let me know, you know, because it's a lot of money and a lot of hard work out of my pocket to do it, and I need people to come to make it worth it for sure.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if you guys are interested in the Grizzly. Let Derek know. I mean, I would be down. I mean, anything. Nice to see the trails there. Much different in Nova Scotia. And Shepard is saying, Derek, do you have any stock left? Like, do you still have some bikes left? Is your
Yes, I do. I had a lot, and I strategically grabbed what I could. I actually was able to grab a bunch of like nice kind of entry-level front suspension e-bikes that are really good for rentals and a little bit of off-road riding and fire roads and stuff. I got a bunch of those, and then I had a bunch of like custom, like super high-end builds that I've been trying to get done. That a couple of really, really nice, like top-of-the-line stuff too. And even Speed Evolution kind of blew up. We did a ton of valves.
Oh yeah.
You know, everything was just going all at the same time.
All right, I finally made it out of the big climb. Made it to the fire road. And then there's a water station there, self-service water station. And yeah, once you reach that point, you kind of feel like, okay, now I can breathe a little bit. It's a bit less steep now. It's a fire road. It keeps climbing, but it's not as steep as the previous one, right? Right? You feel when you raise that once you get there, you kind of breathe a little bit.
Yeah, once you get to the fire road, you just try to get up on top as much momentum as you possibly can and try to carry that momentum across the top. Try to stay in the little hard pack line and then use the little pieces of asphalt to pick up speed. I'm totally giving away the little thing, but you know, as many races I've done at Rim Nordic and as many people as I've taken around there and kind of showed how to ride that course, and you keep that speed up all the way across the fire road and then onto the double track on the top, and then you go on to the downhill, you know, and so yeah, I mean, you kind of, once you get to that fire road, major portion, the real hard part is that.
Yeah, and it's and he's saying he's recognizing the spot from the previous races, and Bradley's saying he's down for the Grizzly this year. So we got some folks who are down for the Grizzly. How's it going, Brad?
All right, well, thank you guys. We're working on it, and so we're gonna start ramping it up, and whatever we can make happen for the event, we're gonna do it.
So Bradley is trying to win the Canada Cup. That's his goal. He wants to win. I think it's called the California Gold State Series this year. I don't know.
What group are you riding in, Bradley?
So Brad, I think are you racing Cat 3? I think he's in Cat 3.
Okay, awesome. Well, you know, have fun, stick with it. You could probably do it.
He's close. I mean,
series.
he's got 2 second places this year.
Yeah, we only had 2 races so far. Yeah, I missed the first one, but the second one I got second, so I'm tied for second overall in that series. So I'm gonna try to see it through whatever we have, whatever events there are, and you know, hopefully get a podium at the end of the year again.
And Jose is asking, your heart rate is pretty low, so is it because it's the first race? So yeah, I don't know if you see my heart rate is like 160. Usually I think it would be like 175 at this point. So did you notice that too, Derek? Was your heart rate a bit slower?
Yeah, my heart barely pumps blood. I think it's very slow. I don't have high heart rates anymore. You know, I went through the 200s and then the 190s and 80s and 70s and 60s. And now, man, I see it. If I get in the 160s, that's like a phenomenal day for me, actually. Yeah. And I'm like a 150 guy now.
Oh, yeah.
After 35 plus years of racing life, my heart rate, it doesn't go really high. Occasionally, I'll actually get like some crazy anomaly, real high heart rate, you know, just because I'm so buried. But it's really rare, and I have pretty low heart rate nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like mine is trending downwards. But I haven't trained high intensity much this year, so I think that's a reason why. And the elevation, it was my first race at elevation this year, so it might be a factor too.
Yeah.
Chipper was saying you got us worried by not showing up to the other races. Yeah, I missed a few ones. Steezy is in the chat. How's it going, Steezy? So Brad is saying I need a win before I move up to Cat 2. What do you think about that, Derek? Do you think he should wait for a win to move up?
Yeah, you might as well take a season, at least one. The way I would coach is always 1 to 2 seasons in each category, you know, until you win a series or whatever. And then, you know, really at the end of the day, we're not getting paid millions of dollars, so it's really about having fun and what suits you and what kind of challenge do you want. And just, you know, take that challenge and do what feels right to you.
Yeah, I think.
But usually 2 years in each category is what I do. Maybe 1 if you're really already much more talented than the guys racing, you know, Cat 3 and move up to Cat 2 and then see how it goes.
Yeah, if you smoke them up and on the first year, you might as well move up, right? If you win the series and you win races.
Yeah. You don't want to sandbag, you know, but you also want to keep it fun. And if you don't have the time, it depends on what your aspirations and goals are.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's really just about having fun.
And you know, because it's different racing wheel to wheel. You know, once you at the front and you kind of race for the win, you get some wheel to wheel action and some strategy and photo finish, and that gets exciting. So I think it's worth it to race at that level in your category before you move up.
Oh, absolutely.
So we just got past. Who was there? I think that was probably Greg or Brady. Let me see. We got the flyby here. I think that was Greg that just passed us. And then behind us we got Brady is coming up and Bronson. So every time someone passes me, it means I'm 30 seconds down. So in my mind, I was like, okay, plus 30 seconds, plus 30 seconds, plus 30.
I know. I was catching people, and I had one guy catch me, and I was like, "Oh no!" And I took off, and I buried it on the downhill, and I put like everything I had into it. And then I had a gap. I got another gap on him, but then he came back to me, and then I was kind of like, "Oh no, who's this guy? I don't know who this is." And I was with Leslie Patterson, the former 3-time extra world champion, and I caught her actually, and she ended up at the end. She ended up getting away from me. They were racing pretty hard. It was really fun actually.
Yeah.
And I was catching all the other pro girls. Alyssa was having some 4 issues, and people, all the other pro girls, because they left at a different time to us, so we were catching them as we were going.
In the chat we have Lindsay Turner is there. Is it? Says I direct. It's Evan and Hella on my mom's account. All right.
Lindsay saw a big rattlesnake at Rim Nordic yesterday, I guess. And we told Bev and Gary about it because it went under the trailer for registration. Yeah. But it didn't have any rattles, but it was definitely a rattlesnake. So kind of interesting.
All right. So Evan and Ella, they're gonna race this weekend for the first time at Rim Nordic. So what do you think they should be looking for? What's the trick at Rim Nordic?
You know, you got to kind of pace yourself a little bit on that first climb, but you just got to go out there, and depending on how many laps you are, you just got to stay focused and, you know, stay on the gas the whole entire time, be smooth on all those downhills, and maintain as much momentum as possible.
Yeah, the first climb, I think that's where you need to pace yourself, because it starts with a long climb, so you must not let that crush yourself.
Yeah, it's fast and rolly, and then, you know, it starts pitching up, and then you get that little break in the middle, and then you go into the normal switchbacks and then the wall to the fire road.
All right, so we had Brady and Bronson, I think, pass me that we saw on the stream, and behind me we got Dylan and Zeke are catching up to me. So we've got a group of riders here riding together, so that's me right there. And so behind me we got Dylan and Zeke. So if it's in sync, we should see them on the camera pretty soon. I'm saying if it's in sync, because it might be off by 30 seconds. And so we have Larry Pritchard is in the chat. He says hi, gentlemen. And
hello.
Shepard is asking, hey Derek, do you have any goodie for sponsored athletes? Anything new for Speed Evolution?
Yeah, you know, I'm constantly working on different products, including the wheels and whatnot. I just signed a deal with Chad Hall, actually. He's going to be at the race this weekend, and he's going to be doing a bunch of races for me throughout the rest of the year. But yeah, I'm constantly working on a bunch of projects. One's e-bike conversion rear wheel and a bunch of stuff. The bird wheels were a really big one the last year or so that we really been putting a lot of effort into, you know, under 1,000-gram wheel sets that vibration dampen or are stronger than regular wheels. So stuff like that. There's always products on.
Yeah.
And I want to do a trivia if it's okay with you, Ben.
Okay.
I want to give a set of valves and some sealant to anybody who can tell me the first year we ever had a Rim Nordic race.
The first year we ever had a Rim Nordic race.
Yes.
If someone can get that right, Derek's gonna send you some valves.
And a bottle of sealant.
All right.
I did every race. I think I've done every cross-country race I've ever had there, except for the very first race that I didn't even know they had races there in this year. Anyway, I was getting it right. But anyway, and so I've done all the races ever since then. A few of the enduros and the other races, but I think all the cross countries. So if you can name the first year there was ever a Rim Nordic race, we're going to give you a set of valves. First person.
Shepard is saying 1995.
No.
Jose is saying 1994.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's it. All right.
1994 they had one race. In 93 they had 3 races, and then in 96 they had a series and they had a combined overall, and then they put a team series in, and then Bear Valley Bikes won a team series there 10 years consecutively in a row, and we've won it I think 13 or 14 times total in the history of the event.
Nice. All right, Jose. Send a message to Derek on Facebook or Instagram. He's the Airmonator.
This one right here.
And we are attacking the downhill now, so finally. I'm like, finally some downhill. That single track is super fun.
Yeah, I just went down a few minutes ago. I was crushing it. My dog actually, she was on fire. She was ahead of Jimmy, who's a pro downhiller that works for me, and she wasn't even letting him catch up. She was blazing. I mean, she crushes us on the climbs all the time. And she's pretty quick on the downhill. But this downhill, I don't know if she was finding shortcuts or what, but she was on me like pretty much all the way to the bottom. I was very impressed today. She was on fire.
That dog is incredible. Yeah, I'm not as fast. And Gustavo noticed, Gustavo Trinidad in the chat is saying, did you stop training, Ben? You're a little slow. Yeah. But he's not wrong. I mean, I wasn't super fast. But I just started stepping up my training program this month. So I kind of let go a little bit during the lockdown. Now I'm getting back at it.
You know, you gotta go slow, and you gotta struggle and have like issues to realize how badly you want to go fast and how much work you're willing to do to get back to that level of whatever your optimum is. And you know, motivates you when maybe you're not on top form. You know, the last 3 years I really struggled having Epstein Barr. Yeah. And I just stayed motivated and focused, and I feel like I'm coming back now, and I'm really enjoying riding my bike, which is the main thing. Are you having fun? You know, at the end of the day, we're not getting paid tons of money, so if you're having a good time, that's what it's really about.
Yeah, once you have fun, I mean, if the fun is gone, maybe it's time to back out a little bit, back off a little bit, and oh, I'm passing someone, and I finally, I'm like, I've been getting past the whole race. And so yeah, so Jose Rangel, his Instagram is Mountain Man. So check that out. You might get a message from Mountain Man. That's Jose. Who got
problem. I'll skip you out a set. Some Sion.
So I don't know if you're familiar, Jose. I've got the Speed Evolution website. I can show you what it looks like. So those are the products. The valves. I really like the valves. Those are my favorite valves. And there's also sealants and a bunch of other stuff. So you can look it up. It's speedevolution.com. That's the website. And that's the fast downhill fire roll right there. So it's really fast and it's loose. And if you're not on the right track, there's some loose rocks and those pine cones on the ground. You can kind of drift. It's like marbles. You kind of start rolling on them.
I hit it pretty hard today, and I couldn't even see where I was going. It was all blurry vision. I just kind of know my line.
Yeah.
But I was bouncing, and I couldn't really see like exactly. You know, you're kind of going so fast down. And that's a pretty high speed fire road descent, and it's kind of bumpy.
Oh yeah, you bet. I'm gonna stream this.
Oh, I'm getting passed by Dylan. Dylan is saying you better stream this.
Oh, you didn't even make the corner.
Yeah.
You might have horsepower. You gotta learn how to ride your bike though.
Yeah, it's a lot of horsepower, but the brakes were lacking a little bit there.
You're like, oh shit, wrong. I gotta go that way.
All right. So Swedish Moose is saying, is that race open for not pros?
Yeah, it's open for everyone.
Yeah, so amateurs, beginners, everybody's welcome.
And it's just a fun place to go to ride if you just happen to be, in the mountains and you want to go check out a cool little course. There's a bunch of different options on loops that you can do there.
Yeah, it's a bike park, so you can go there any weekend and just ride the trail network. It's a beautiful. It's a bit more quiet than the other bike parks, so you can get a really good quiet ride, and yeah, it's very family friendly and very beautiful place.
Andy saw a bobcat there when we pre-rode, me and Stuart saw a fox. Well, he pre-rode over the other day, so there's quite a bit of wildlife there. There's been mountain lion sightings, deer, and all kinds of stuff in that little area over there. Because you go out the back of it, it kind of goes way back into the deep wilderness.
Nice. Yeah, it's beautiful. And here we're on a single track. It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's downhill. It's kind of flat. This single track is slightly up and down. But we're about to go downhill. If you look at the elevation graph in the bottom right, you can see we're about to go downhill again. Right here. I think that's where it starts to get steeper.
So in the race this weekend, we go down this just a little bit further and hang the hard left instead of going all the way down to the bottom and climbing back up on that fire road. We kind of cut through in the middle, and there's another little cool single track that drops out on the same fire road, but up a little higher. But then when we're coming back in, we got to go up the grassy climb. So it's very similar as the last course. I think slightly shorter, but about difficulty levels really similar.
So we saw Dylan had a problem. He was stopped on the side of the single track. So now he's behind me, so he's gonna get back to me. But there he is. I was a bit ahead of myself there. I remember he was stopped on the on the side.
Looks like he threw the chain.
The chain dropped probably, yeah.
Yeah. That's a spun section, man. You're going so fast. A couple of those corners kind of line up. Like, how fast can I go? You're like sliding through the corner.
Oh, and talking about wildlife sighting, Lindsay Turner, she says she saw 2 deers yesterday.
Oh, nice. And a rattlesnake.
And a rattlesnake. And Swedish Moose is asking, do you guys ride tubeless?
Well, I make a tubeless.
You make it tubeless.
One of the tubeless in the world, so of course. Like, I can't even not ride tubeless. Like, if I get a flat and I put a tube in, it has to come out, a new tire has to go on. It's the pressure, it's the way the bike feels, the way the bike grips. Yeah, there's a science to that, and yeah, you can really feel the difference. It feels amazing when you got the right setup going.
Yeah, me too. I don't remember the last time I rode with tubes in the mountains.
Are you running the boosters?
And the what?
Are you running the Kenda boosters?
Yeah. So I ride the Kenda Booster Pros, and here's Dylan again. He got back. His chain is back on. And yeah, those are the tires I'm riding. I ride the 2.4, 29er 2.4. I really like them.
Yeah, I really like those tires a lot. I've got almost 2 seasons on them now. I think they're totally amazing. Enormous grip, like for what they are, for their weight and reliability. I think it's probably the best tire that Kenda's ever made. I'm really excited to see they have a new Saber coming out, which I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah. Right, following Dylan there. We can talk a bit more about the tires a bit later. Alright, I was able to follow him, but as soon as it starts to climb again, that's where I get dropped pretty soon. Yeah, my power is not that high. When you look at it, like 300 watts on the climbs. It's a bit above my FTP, but not that much. I think usually I can push more watts than that. But I was still trying to see how I felt, right? I was trying to see, can I do 3 laps at this pace, or am I going too fast already? I was kind of not sure at that point.
Coming in on the right.
And Giant Mango is in the chat. How's it going? Giant Mango, saying what's up?
Thanks, sir.
So Steven C saying Michelin Force XC tires are awesome, and only $30 some. It's been a while since I rode the Michelin tires. I used to ride those in Canada, and they had some really good tires for the mud. I think they were called the Michelin Wild Grippers. in the
Yeah,
days.
well, grippers.
Remember
I
that?
like the semi-slicks back in the day. The green semi-slicks with no tread. They're awesome.
And Shepard is saying, I'm sad I ran out of Speed Evolution tire sealant. It actually works really well.
I know where you can get some.
You know where you can get some? Yeah, man. Talk to Derek, and that's where you get some sealant. Speedevolution.com.
We gotta get him on the team.
Yeah?
I think Shepard, you gotta get on the team. You gotta get on the program. We need more Bear Valley Bikes riders always.
Gary Strabala is saying, I raced at Nordic for many years, about a decade ago. It brings back fond memories to him. So, yeah, man, we were talking about the first race earlier. It was in 1994. It's been going for a long time, Nordic. It's very classic feeling.
And I truly feel like the course is as good as it's ever been in the history of racing there, because Kerry's been out there every day just buffing it out. So it's going to be some really fast times.
Oh yeah. So we're about almost done with the first lap here. If you look at the elevation graph in the bottom right, so we kind of go down a little bit lower than the start finish line, and so we have to climb back up to the start finish line. I can show. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Fast riders coming through. I think that's Nick. I'm not wrong. We look at the flyby here. I'm right here, and I think that was Nick who just passed us. Dylan is right here, and behind us, that was Charlotte and Mark. We're almost done with the lap. See, we got a lot of riders on course. Everybody's spread out. Start finish line is right here.
I felt like the beauty of the format too was there was not a lot of traffic. It was really nice, like there was a few riders here and there, and that was about it. It seemed like the format worked really well.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was the nice thing about that is you would never catch a group of riders all at once. And Giant Mango is saying, is the Super Caliber a meme or not? What's the Super Caliber?
I think that's a track.
That's a track? Oh, I think
I believe that's a track bike.
I think that's what Yarno is riding. So we saw Yarno Trey is riding the that bike, the super, what's it called again? Super Caliber.
Super Caliber.
It's kind of a mix.
And Emily Batty and those girls too are running that. It's a minimal rear suspension travel, dual suspension bike. It's a nice looking bike.
Yeah, it's almost like an hybrid between a hardtail and a full suspension bike.
I know Cannondale just released a new Scalpel, and Specialized just released a new Epic. So everybody's in the game for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and Steven C is he's saying he used to ride the Michelin, the Comp S lights. Remember that? I think I had those in the days.
Come here. Come on.
All right, Brad is going. Thanks for stopping by. Brad. We'll see you. Yeah, hopefully we can ride soon together, man. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm missing the group rides a little bit. Oh, Gustavo, he says, I remember the videos from the 2017 season with Pacheco and Josh and Sam from China. That was a good season.
It was a great season for me, except for the last race. Then Alfred beat me for the series overall.
You got P2, yeah. You got second overall behind
I had the lead
Pacheco.
going into the last race. And then I got beat in the final race and I lost the series.
Oh man, I mean, you're against Pacheco, man. Pacheco is the champion, man. He's the multi-times champion.
For a couple of years, actually. I had Jules and John Louise and Alfred and
yeah,
pretty solid team.
Yeah, I think I got third that year. I was a few points behind you, Derek. I wasn't able to catch you, and Josh and Sam, they were the rising stars, and they were behind us. But
I had a lot of that luck, flatted a few times.
Yeah.
I think. So otherwise, he would have eclipsed me too.
Yeah.
He was just coming back that year.
They definitely had the pace. It was just in the points. It didn't happen.
Yeah, he won one of the rounds. I think he may even beat Alfred in the final round, but he didn't have enough points to beat Alfred overall.
All right, we're done with lap 1. 2 laps to go.
We'll call this Rattlesnake Alley because there always seems to be rattlesnake in the base area at Rim Nordic.
Yeah.
There was 2 of them mating one time in one of the tractors on the side of the course during the race.
That's where they like to hang out. I don't know.
Yeah, they love it there. Hey,
Oh.
Riley, come here.
So Steven got the Epic Evo, he says. 2019 Specialized Epic Evo. So how do you like it, Steven?
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Ready to go for it.
Riley
All right.
wants to go ride.
She's charging today. Holy shit, she's flying.
Hey, so Ella is asking in the chat, are you bringing Riley to the race this weekend?
I don't know because I don't have anybody to watch Riley during the race, and because of the rattlesnake issue, those 2 things are kind of questionable. She's also somewhat challenging if she's actually not getting to race. She actually raced with me at the Fat Bike State Championships. They told me that it was fine, that she could race with me, and she barked at me the whole entire race, rode with me. I rode off the front. I won the race, but she ran by me at the finish, and so actually she won the race. But there was the second time I won the Fat Bike State Championships, and my dog actually ran past me at the finish and ran beside me and laughed at me the whole time.
So she's faster. My God.
She's very fast, yeah. If you've ever gone for a ride with Riley, you know, like, especially when she's super hyperly motivated, if it's a bunch of single track climbing and stuff, there's no way. No one's faster than the dog on that. The downhills are a little bit more tricky. Fire road downhills and like paved downhills, I try to be careful with her on those kind of stuff. But single track downhills, she's pretty close. And she loves it. She loves it as much as we love it. She is absolutely lives for it. So, you know, and she'll hit gears and you'll think she's going fast, and then her ears will tuck back and she'll just bolt away. You're like, I mean, pretty close to 40 miles an hour, I think, recorded her top speed. And she jogs at 25. So 25 is pretty quick for just like cruising speed that she can maintain for, you know, over an hour easily.
I mean, she's riding so much. I mean, she must be in shape, I guess.
She is, and she's like almost at her prime too. And I basically brought her up like any other athlete that I would coach, you know, her nutrition, all the different things. She's just another athlete, you know, and she totally loves it. And then, you know, Belgian Mountain Laws really need that focus, just because that's what kind of dog they are. They're really durable, so she can handle quite a bit. I always joke because Brenda Martinez, 800-meter Olympic runner, lives down the street from me, and she's always out running. And her husband's always riding the mountain bike, and I'm riding the mountain bike and Riley's running. You know, there's all this funny little parody.
All right, we've got Jose Rangel is asking, what was your lap time? So my lap time for lap 1 that we just completed, it was 39:30 for me. So 29 minutes 30 seconds. Gustavo, he did his first lap in 30:43. So I'm a big 9 minutes per lap slower than Gustavo.
Yeah, I think I was like 36 and 38, I believe. I do too, but somewhere in that range. And I had a decent race. Like for me, I felt okay about the way that race went. I really like this bike. I finally, this bike I've been racing on and on for over a year, and finally I really felt like I'm going to come to grips with it. But it's a 17-pound Cannondale FSI hardtail that I custom built, like I dialed in. But with an under 1,000-gram wheel set that I produce in Speed Evolution.
That's fast. Yeah, I see your time here. You did it 37.
Okay.
37:55. So you were 2 minutes faster than me on your first lap.
And then my second lap was pretty close. I think it was within a minute of my first lap or somewhere in there.
Yeah, you did a 39:28 on lap 2.
Okay, so I was 2 minutes slower, but yeah.
That was good, eh? Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I remember thinking there on the climb, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm just gonna do 2 laps and call it a day. I was already thinking about, is it okay if I stop after 2 laps? Is that enough? But I was.
Rim Nordic will take its toll on you. You know, if you're not really feeling it, it can be harsh, and you can fall too. Like I remember last year at this time, I had a race. I had a broken hand. And I was going, and I just couldn't get it going. I couldn't get anything to happen. I had a really miserable day. But I've also had some really amazing days where at the end I was just full red line and like catching all kinds of people that were struggling and blowing by them, you know. But in the number of years that I've raced there, I guess I've experienced everything. In fact, almost not finishing and piecing my bike together and basically barely getting in to like the last one out of everybody in the Pro Expert because I have mechanical issues.
Yeah.
So a little bit of everything.
Yeah, no, when you start feeling a bump coming, it's really crushing because there's not much you can do to stop it. But at that point, I wasn't feeling like a bonk. I was just feeling like my legs were probably getting tired and they might not make it. But yeah,
Cramping is not fun either, right?
But
it was a little warm.
But isn't that always how our lap 2 feels in racing? Like lap 2 always feels like it's the worst. The start of lap 2.
For me, I think lap 3 is usually my crux. Lap 2, I have to be careful how much energy I put out. I think lap 1, I'm just kind of in pain. Lap 2, I start to feel like I'm coming into my own. And then lap 3, I'm like hoping I can attack or maintain. But a lot of times it becomes survival. I mean, it really depends on where you are with your fitness and how well you fuel and hydrate.
Yeah. And Steven C is saying he still loves his Speed Evolution valve stems that I won last year from you. I was saying thank you for that. Yeah, he's a happy winner. I know Ken was saying he loves his valves too. He got the red ones.
Yeah, I think my ski post has done really, really well, including guys like Tinker and everyone just love those ski posts. I'm getting ready to make another batch because they give a little suspension and they're so lightweight, you know, that I that's one of my products I'm the most proud of. And then the wheels now are ridiculous, but they're definitely expensive. They're not something like a valve that everybody can buy for $25.
Yeah,
they're $3,000 wheel set. They're as trick as it gets.
Yeah, wheel set is a big investment. And if we look at
the bird spokes are badass.
Look at the flyby here. So yeah, I'm still on the climb up there near the road. And behind me, we got Lucas. Lucas is behind me, and we've got Ricky coming up on me. And Derek, you're here. So Derek, you're almost done with your first lap. You're pretty out by yourself at this point in the race.
Yeah, I wonder who that is right in front of me.
Here, right here. That's Alisa.
Oh, I was catching her then. Yeah, she started before us. She had a fork problem, so she was struggling.
Hey, we have Evan Turner is in the chat. How's it going, Evan? So, who in the chat is gonna be there this weekend? Is anybody gonna race with us? Trim Nordic round number 2. If you haven't registered, registration is open right now. I'll show you that's the website. You go to rimnordic.com and yeah, you can register for the race. It's open for beginners, first-time beginners, or experts. Everybody's welcome. It's gonna be another fun day.
We're going for the overall championship again.
Yeah, you're gonna go for it for the championship.
Yeah, I mean we have to, right? I mean the only reason we lost it last year is they changed the rules.
Oh yeah, what happened last year? I wasn't there for that.
What they did last year is they used to, if you had pros and then cat 1s and then cat 2s and 3s, there was different point selections, and then there different years there's been different sequences of how they've calculated and how many athletes counted and a whole bunch of things like that. So last year they made all the categories and groups have the same amount of points for a win. Well, we really didn't have very many beginners or sport riders. We had mainly a pro team and a bunch of cat 1s. So it really hurt us a lot. So we've kind of bolstered our roster, and that's one of the reasons I decided to race Masters at this series, because it was better for my team, and you know, it doesn't really hurt me in any other series. It's not USA Cycling sanctioned or anything. So
okay, we just saw Lucas pass like a bomb. We saw him for like 2 frames, and he was gone. He was flying by me.
I love this section going down in these trees right before the switchbacks.
This one, I love this switchback there because it's very difficult and technical, and a lot of people they spin out and lose a lot of time there.
You got to get a shift in the middle of that corner too. You're coming into it, and then you go around, and then you got to get a shift, and you kind of come up and across, and then up the other switchback.
Yeah, and Shepard is gonna be here. He's gonna be there with us this weekend. He says, "I'll be there, bros."
Sweet.
And Ken wants to come, but it's a bit far for Ken. He's in Canada on the east coast.
That is far. Well, if you ever decide to get out here, hit me up and come and ride. At least come and check out this area. I have a lot of people that come and stay with me too, in a trailer that people use, and I'm on Velo Guide, and yeah, you can come to Big Bear and just check out the whole scene for a few days. It's really good.
Oh yeah, I think it's a good landing spot in Big Bear if you wanna ride Southern California and discover the trails. It's a good place to land and to make it your home base.
Yeah, it's steep, chugging along.
That's the steep part right there. You see the cadence is dropping. So usually, you know, I ride the Eagle, the SRAM Eagle 12-speed, and I barely use my big chainring. Not my big chainring, but my big cog at the end of my cassette. But on this race, I was glad I had it. I think it's a 52. The big.
Yeah, 52.
I was glad I had it.
I built a custom Grupo that we call the Falcon Grupo. The Eagle's a great Grupo, but it's all kind of big, and you know, so the Falcon Grupo uses a 9 on the bottom of the cog, And then we have different gear ratios on top of that in an 11-speed configuration with a grip shift. And the whole thing is smaller and lighter, but you get actually more than a 500% gear range. And on my bike, I have a gear expander just for that low end, just for parts of this course where you're like, you know, it hurts.
Are you still riding grip shift?
Yeah, it's the fastest. I mean, and it's very reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been running it since the very beginning.
When's the first grip shift that came out?
Well, the first grip shift was a road shifter, and it was really terrible, and it was probably in the early 90s, like around 92 or 93, and then the first real mountain bike grip shift was in that 90, actually maybe even 1990, and then 93, 94, they came out with the first 500, and Tomac and a bunch of guys ran it. It was pretty well received, and it used a Shimano derailleur and stuff. And then we went on to a bunch of different varieties, and they got better and better when we got around the 9.0 versions. They got really solid and super reliable, and that's really what made SRAM Grupos. And I've run it. I ran the same half-pipe 9.0 SL race shifters. I had like 50 sets of them, and I ran them for over a decade. The same shifters.
Damn, okay. That's...
Yeah, and they finally went 2x10, and then the 1x11, we had to kind of go with what was being manufactured by the manufacturers at the time, and I went to a trigger for a small amount of time in the early XX 11-speed era, or 10-speed actually. It was 10-speed, 2x10, and then we went 11, and they came out with a grip shift again, and I've been running it ever since, and I just love it. I can get as many gears in either direction as you want at a time, and once you get so dialed into it, it's kind of like guys like Tinker and stuff. You just kind of like, you get so used to using something, you just want to use it.
Yeah, it becomes like it's like the muscle memory, and it's like become a program. It's like part of your body almost. Like you kind of.
Well, and it's by far the fastest shift. There's no doubt about it. You can grab 11 gears in either direction or 12 gears in either direction. All the gears at one time, carefully, right? Because you can overload the system, but you can literally go through 12 gears and then go through 12 gears or anywhere in that range. That's the only system that actually.
Yeah.
Everything else that chooses.
Yeah.
Or something in directions, multiple pushes and clicks. Yeah, this is all, you can go all through the entire range where.
Yeah, so basically it's less shift to lag because you don't have to click your way. You just block. You select your gear right away.
Yeah, and less numb as well.
All right. So in the chat we've got Andres. Andres is saying he would like to race with us too, but he's from Costa Rica. So that's another one who's a bit far. It's a long drive.
I got invited to go to Costa Rica today, actually.
Yeah?
I'm going to go to Costa Rica soon. Yeah, my buddy says got a house down there, and he's invited me.
I'd love to go to, and it looks really nice up there. So how is it, Andres? Do you have some good trails up there? I'm guessing it must be looking a lot different than the dust in Southern California. It must be a bit more humid.
Ben, maybe me and you gotta go do the La Ruta. You want to do La Ruta? We can go like swim in some mud and hopefully not get stung or bit by poisonous snakes, and drag our bike through torrential downpours and rain, and haul ourselves over volcanoes for fun.
Sounds like a blast. I'm down.
I helped Big Boston years ago go, and he almost was the first American ever to win the race. Tinker almost won it one time, but they sent him in the wrong direction. And actually, a friend of mine, Manny Prado, he actually won it, and he's a Costa Rican. So that was quite an endeavor. Actually, Dan ended up winning the Masters category that he was racing in that year.
Nice.
The bikes were completely destroyed, though. Like, the bikes were wiped out when they came back, dude. It was completely destroyed.
Yeah, but apparently we cannot go. Andreas is saying they got good trails, but the borders are closed, so they won't let us.
As soon as it opens up again.
Yeah, they don't want anyone from California to go there, and they're like, no, you guys, you guys stay where you are. So I think I'm gonna get past. That's Ricky Herbal.
I don't know, Ricky Herbold. I know Greg Herbold. He was the first downhill world champion.
He must be someone in his family.
Yeah.
He's riding fast.
Greg's an awesome guy. He's hilarious. He works at SRAM. He was the first head downhill world champion in Durango in 1990.
All right, so all races have been canceled and moved to next year in Costa Rica. So next year, we have to go next year.
Well, you know that actually the Grizzly, my event, is part of the NUE series, and the NUE actually has an affiliation with Laruda, and the winner of the NUE series gets a trip to Laruda.
Oh, really?
So there's even more incentive on this end for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So we gotta go win that thing.
Yeah, I think that might maybe Masters category. I don't know. I'm trying to have fun on the bike and not do stuff these days.
Yeah.
Just enjoy riding. But if I get results, that's a bonus. But if I don't, I'm just having fun.
All right, so catching up on the chat there, Ella wanted to know what kind of bike we ride and what chainring size Ken wanted to know. So I can answer for mine. That's my bike. Yeah, Scott Spark RC 900 dual suspension, and the tires I ride are the Booster and the Booster Pro 2.4. So those are really good tires. I really like them. They're the new tires this year. And that my chainring, it's a 34. I think that's a 34, right? Yeah, 34 T. And Derek is showing off his bike. So Derek, what about your bike? Tell us, because that's a new build you did. That's super light. You tried to build a.
So it's a custom FSI high mod, and then it's got some Speed Evolution wheels that are under 1,000 grams with the bird spokes and the rail, and on the hardtail, bird spokes really help the bike stay clean and almost give it a dual suspension effect. Very similar to like the old tension disc that Herbold and John Tomac and Ned Over, those guys used to run back in the day on the hardtails, really before any kind of cross-country dual suspensions. And I have my custom crankset, absolute black chain ring, Falcon Grupo, ring bar and stem, really nice lightweight bar and stem. I run a Speed Evolution C-Post, a custom saddle. It's trick. It's under 17 pounds of 69 booster tires. It's got a Lefty Ocho carbon fork. It's really nice. It works really well. It's very fun to ride. I have these extra light hubs out of Italy. Got them on Italy with ceramic bearings in them, and the bike just, when you ride the bike, it feels like an e-bike almost. You know, if you're feeling good that day and you hop on this bike, and it handles well too. It really turns.
It feels like an e-bike. Yeah, I think that's your legs. I think that's your leg. That's.
Really good. You can one pedal stroke, and your main scene is how well it feels like it rolls even when you're not pedaling the bike, and then how well the suspension and the whole bike, the handling of it is great. I mean, I also have an Epic. I have an S-Works Epic that's 19.4 pounds. It has bird wheels, a 980 gram wheel set, the Texalite hubs, my crank set. I run a 180 millimeter crank with chain rings. I've got my own setup that lowers your center of gravity. And you still get the same amount of extension. I don't feel like it costs any ACV winding it up. I have my favorite setup, and that's all my bikes are set up that way. I've got a whole fleet of them. If I need a dual suspension bike, I'll race that. If I want to race the hardtail, I'll race that. Cyclocross or road.
Nice. Man, you've got the setup. You're well equipped. Andres is saying he's got a new bike in May, but he hasn't been able to race it this year yet. But that's a bummer. And
Well, that's what Strava's for.
the what?
Yeah, so that's what Strava's for. You can go out and
Yeah, it's pretty much a time trial kind of year, right? You do some races on Zwift, try to beat some times, racing against the clock, or you go on Strava, get the KOMs you've lost over the years, or you like us, you do a race series that's a time trial series. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the way to go. So do you know about the other race series? Are they gonna do time trials?
You know, I don't know at this time, but I think that's a really good question, and I should reach out to Spiegel tomorrow and try to see what his plan is. And then that's gonna kind of also affect if I do have the Grizzly this year, like exactly how we try to format it as well.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it, and personally, I'm not sure I would do a mass start event this year. I don't think I feel comfortable with that, like being in a pack of riders, and you know, because we sweat a lot, we spit, and you know, we just being in a group of riders feels a bit risky.
What do you think about this? Maybe doing a 50-mile time trial that we'll call it the Grizzly, be part of the NUE series, and it'll be a time trial event of 50 miles. I mean, that's a long time trial, but the Grizzly is 100K typically. So with 10,000 feet of climbing. So I don't know. I'm looking for suggestions. I'm trying to figure out what to do right now. I'd really like to have the event. I'd like to have something for people to come and do. I love the trails, and I'm passionate about this whole area, and I'd love for people to be able to come here and ride. But I also want to be safe and responsible.
Yeah, I think anything we can do to space out riders is really good. You know, it really helps because we're not bunched up in a group like trying to enter the single track at the same time. But I think what we're missing is like keeping track of the race, like knowing, are you close to winning or are you behind? And that, I think that's what's missing from the race format of a time trial. So I think if we can find a way to keep the riders and the people informed of their position, and like if we can give people a delta time or you know, an update at different sectors, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I don't know how we could do that. I like the idea. I'll have the conversation, but I don't think that's going to be within our realm of capabilities. Maybe you can come on and help us make that happen.
Yeah, we need to prototype that. We need to try something like, I mean, with just some radios.
I had a portion of it, or kind of app portion of it, that when you were running live segments or running a live route, it gave you your position on where you were according to where everybody else is. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Can I do it?
All right, so
I don't know if that's good.
So finally making it to the
time trial series where I was going to offer up, you know, like, hey, we're going to do a midweek race or a weekend race where you can go ride this route anytime you feel like it on this day, and then I was going to award prizes and just let people go out and ride that on Strava, and I could calculate it and see who was the leaderboard. We did one with bid limited, whatever, then award some prizes or gift certificates to the bike shop or something, just for something fun to do, because you could do it any time on that day or that weekend that you wanted to and be scored.
Yeah, that's another possibility. And we're looking this guy in red flying over the single track. That's Alfredo. I let him through because he was flying.
Thanks.
Yeah, so the second time on the downhill on this lap. This is lap 2 for those joining the live stream. So yeah, I felt a lot more confident. I was like, okay, now I know the conditions. I know that the trail is fresh in my mind now. I can attack it a bit more. So I was having a lot more fun.
And big bear riding in general is pretty loose, and you got to be willing to slide the bike around, you know, and be comfortable sliding the bike around and counter steering and trail braking and stuff. And it's part of the beauty of it, really. It's not as loose as Mammoth, but it's still pretty soft. And the racing line is usually packed, but on both sides of the racing line, if you get offline, the bike will just try to leave instantly if you're not careful.
All right, Shepard is tuning out. So thanks for stopping by, Shepard. We'll see you this weekend.
Bring a Bear Valley Bikes jersey.
Yeah. All right, the fast fire road descent there. Gotta stay on the clean racing line. And Ken was saying for the race format we could use the GPS tabs like they do for the Giro. I'm not familiar with that. Have you watched the Giro?
I have watched almost every episode of the Juro ever, but yeah, I don't know the technology that they're using personally.
All right, maybe we can try to see that. So Ken is tuning out too. Gotta get up for work Friday. All right, Ken. Thanks for stopping by. Keep up the live stream. I don't know if you guys saw, but Ken is live streaming on Twitch TV. He's racing and training on Zwift, and he live streams his trainings and his races. So he's got a green screen and everything, and you see him like suffer on his bike, and you can interact in the chat. It's pretty cool. So what's your Twitch channel again? I think is it Mobeta? I'll look it up. I'll show you what it looks like when Ken is suffering on the trainer.
And my footage of the race totally didn't come out at all, right?
I mean, it was just shaky because it was using the Aero 5 session, but on the handlebar. So it's quite shaky, that camera. That's the problem.
Yeah, it might be time to upgrade my camera and put it back on my helmet or do whatever I need to do.
Where's Ken? Let me try to find his channel. I don't remember the name of your channel, Ken. I know I follow you, but it's in the list somewhere. Oh, it's Mobeta First.
Mobeta.
I'll show you. That's what it looks like on Twitch TV. So it's MOBETTAH First 1ST. And so he's on Zwift, and that's him right there with a green screen.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. So you can chat with him, tell him to push harder.
I remember in the olden days, I used to just put on the 1990 Tour de France with Craig LeMond and hop on my spin bike, man. Like I had a real spin bike, but I would sit and ride every stage of the Tour de France. You know, that was back in the VHS days. And it felt like getting Paul Sherwin and get all inspired and watch Craig LeMond win 1990. And then all the years of, everybody else winning. And yeah, it was a good motivation. Now they got all this crazy technology. They can do so much other stuff.
And we just passed by Alfredo on the track there. The guy in red that that passed us. He was stopped on the side and a bit of dust on his jersey. So I think something happened there.
Sounds like he crashed.
Sounds like he went down. So I don't know what happened to Alfredo. Alfredo touched the ground. And Ella is asking in the chat, are you guys gonna do any U jerseys?
We are. My team is for sure. Yeah, I've been working on a couple different things. I got, it was a big project that I had, and I was going to completely redesign the Bear Valley Bikes jersey, and I was it was going to be pretty trick. And then the bike shop just got so busy that I had to kind of put it on the back burner for right now. But yeah, I do have plans to release a new kit for our team.
Nice. All right. Seems like Ella is down for one. And Crispy is saying...
I still do have some current stuff, though, as well, that's really high quality, one piece, with pockets, called a race suit by Volair, made in California. I have some women's stuff, so if you're interested or you want to race for the team, reach out to me and we could talk about it. I'm always looking, for more riders, and especially...
Yeah, she's going to be there. She said they were going to be there this weekend. Okay. And Chris is saying, oh yeah, I gotta drive down 7 hours to race with you guys. So I don't know, Chris, are you Is he gonna do it? I wish you were our
It's
local.
worth it. It's a super fun race course, you know, and it's kind of one of the only things going right now. But yeah, it's a super fun race course.
So
And
where?
you can stay today and ride on Sunday or something too. There's Skyline and all the stuff for the Big Bear stuff. And there's a lot of riding to be done if you want to like try taking a couple days of riding around this area and the race at the same weekend.
Oh yeah, I think it's worth it. I think it's even worth to fly, and if you want to go on a vacation for a week, I think it's worth it. So hopefully we see you there, Chris. So where are you driving from? 7 hours? Is that like? Are you like in Oregon or NorCal?
Yeah, and hit me up if you come in this area, and maybe I can go out for a ride with you one day, or help you with accommodations or whatever, or camp spot or whatever you need. Let me know.
Yeah, because Chris is saying there's 0 races up in NorCal right now. And Swedish Moose was asking earlier, GoPro or Garmin camera. Yeah, so that's a GoPro that I'm using right now. It's the GoPro 7 Black, the Hero 7 Black. And I've got
And I've been using the session.
You got a Session 5, yeah. Yeah, so what I do is mine is a modified GoPro, so I change the lens. So I put the lens of a 360 camera. So it's capturing
Wider field.
yeah, I think it's 190 field of view. And that's Alfredo. Alfredo is back. He's a bit dusty, but he's riding again. Alright, so I said I was gonna maybe quit after 2 laps, but I think at this point I was thinking, okay, yeah, I can do one more. I'm starting to feel a bit better, like the fitness is coming to me.
Good training anyway, you know, put the 3 laps in, you know, burn a bunch of calories, get more used to riding your bike and whatnot, so it probably wasn't too bad. It was a little bit hot that day too, though, was the other issue. It was a little bit warm.
Yeah, it was hot, so I was starting to feel like the overheat right now. So we can see the temperature, 33 Celsius. I think that's 90 something Fahrenheit. I think
it's going to be a little bit cooler this weekend, probably around 8. There's a pretty crisp, cool breeze in the air, but it warms up about to 80 during the warmest part of the day. But the breeze kind of makes it nicer.
And Chris is saying the Giant Anthem would be a good bike for this course. What do you think? You know the Giant Anthem?
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Is that a dual suspension bike?
Yeah, that's a dual suspension bike, short travel, cross country.
All right. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun bike. A Niner hardtail? Yeah, a Niner hardtail too. I think. Yeah, between a hardtail and the dual suspension, I think it's a close call on this course. Maybe the hardtail is faster because the downhills are not that gnarly.
Really, because of the steepness of the climbs, the hardtail is maybe a little bit faster. The lighter weight bike in general will be a little bit faster. And really the technical part of the course is more sliding around and like just navigating it rather than being really bumpy or chunky. It's fast, but it's just really loose. And so you just slide around a lot.
Yeah, and one reason why I like the dual suspension is also for making the videos. It helps to stabilize a bit more. It's another good reason, and I also like it because it helps with the back pain a little bit. Like sometimes at the end of a race, like on lap 3, you start to feel some back pain, and with the dual suspension, it helps. Like it reduces the impact you get.
And my hardtail is kind of a soft tail because I have a very compliant seat post and a wheel that's also vibration dampening. So it actually is a little bit, it's not just like a regular hardtail, it is very dialed on the way that it works.
All right, getting back to the finish line, we're finishing lap 2 right now. We have to climb back to the start finish line. if we look at the or not this one, this one, the flyby here, so that's where I am right here. Finish line is up here, so it's pretty much a climb here to get back. And who do we have behind me? We have Brian is there, and Chris. And Derek, you're on the downhill, it seems. And you've got Alisa is behind you, so Alisa was following you on lap 2.
Yeah, I passed her. I was trying to, get back to the one other rider and the leader of the pro women's, Leslie Patterson.
Yeah.
I had caught her pretty quickly in the beginning of the race, but I was trying to motor back to her, and she was riding really well. I was impressed. We've had some battles in the past, so she's doing really good.
Yeah, she's a really fast rider. She's like world champion in exterior triathlon, right?
3 times, yeah.
3 times world champion. So we had some good competition this weekend.
Yeah. She also won a pro XCT race at Benelli Park one time, outright, beat all the pro women.
Oh yeah, damn.
Won her world championship. She was flying. Then she got Lyme disease though.
Oh yeah.
She actually got sick and got Lyme disease, and it's been a long road back for her getting, through that and getting back to that in a world champion strength.
Man, that's a bummer, man. That's such a sneaky disease.
I'm glad I live where there are ticks. I would have to move if there were ticks. I don't want to. We got our own problems, but I don't want to.
Oh man, we've got a lot of ticks in here on the west side in LA. Every time.
We don't have anything big there.
No?
There's something about the altitude or the cold or whatever. I've never seen a tick in Big Red.
Helmong in the chat is saying, "Bring it on." All right. That's what we're trying to do.
Elmo used to ride for me. How you doing, Elmo? Elmo is an Estonian, right?
Really?
Is this same Elmo?
Is Elmong Elmong.
Yeah, so Elmo, there was an Elmo, an Estonian that rode for Bear Valley Bikes for years, and he was actually at the last Spring Nordic race, I believe. Really good friend, actually introduced me to Trey, and Trey ran for me. They had a whole Estonian group that raced for me for quite a few years. Katie and Trey and Elmo and yeah.
And Ella is saying in the chat she raced with Lyme disease too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's a bummer, and it's such a sneaky disease. Like you get it usually by a tick, right? A tick bites you, and it has the bacteria inside the tick, and it goes inside your body, and it can activate like years later. Like you might get it like multiple years after the insect bite.
I know, it's interesting. It sounds a lot like Epstein-Barr, how it goes dormant in your system.
Yeah.
And I had it, years and years and years ago, like in 98 or something, and then it came back like almost 10 years later. And I know Ben Bostrom and a bunch of other friends of mine, Johnny O'Mara, and a lot of guys that they had it once and it went away and then it came back again. Even Ty Katie, I know he was at this event. He had some kind of technical problem, but yeah, I guess I've known quite a few guys that have had that and dealt with it. I think even Cavendish and a bunch of riders.
Yeah, it's a bit scary because we might all get it randomly one time, because sometimes you get bitten by a tick and you don't realize it until it's way too late, and you might never know you got bitten by a tick. And so it might show up one day and you don't know why. I know I found a tick on me one day, and it was like way too late. When I found it, it was like all dried up, and I was like, oh shit, I missed that one. So but what they give you is they give you a pill, and it's like antibiotics, and just one pill, and it's supposed to I know, to clear out the bacteria if you had it.
Reduce the risk
Yeah.
of getting Lyme disease or whatever. And there's certain kind of ticks that carry it more than other kinds of ticks, and yeah, it's like one of those things,
All right, we're done with lap 2. Finally. And you saw when I passed them, when we passed the water station, I picked up a water glass, and I tossed it on my back because I was starting to feel the heat. So So even if I have my
Yeah,
home,
they have two distinct water stations. One when we go on the fire road at the top, and one on the fire road on the bottom, which is really nice because you can carry. Like I only ever carry one bottle, and then I'll either use the cups and or get another bottle. But then it depends on whether I'm doing, 1, 2 laps or 3 laps, depending on how much hydration and fuel I'm going to need. We actually years ago we did a 12-hour race at Rim Nordic, and I did like 11 and a half laps or 11 laps or something crazy, 10 laps of Rim Nordic in 12 hours. It was pretty ridiculous.
I'm getting passed there by Garnet. Yeah, I think we had Chris and Garnet pass me, and you saw.
Garnet's been rocking well,
Yeah,
sure.
he was having a good race.
He's had a couple good races recently. I think coming up. I mean, he's always kind of stepped it up for cyclocross season, but it seems like he's been pretty consistent on the mountain bike lately too. I mean, all those Cat 1 categories are pretty deep. A lot of ex-pros, me and Garnet raced against each other for many, many years. I mean, over a decade easily. And Garnet raced for me as well as brother Griffith. So, there's all those guys there. Griffith was there too. I think they're, Garnet's been riding really consistently lately.
Yeah. So Chris is asking what's the elevation there. So we sit on
About
the
6,500 feet, I would guess.
6,000,
I make a map of that place, so that's pretty close to accurate.
6 to 7,000, yeah.
6,500.
6,500, yeah. I think that's what we see on the screen. It says 2,000 meters, but that's the bottom. So
Yeah, because Snow Valley, believe it or not, the base of Snow Valley is very similar to the base of Snow Summit because you go up and then down to the dam, and then so actually Snow Summit and Bear Mountain, the elevation is very similar to the elevation at Snow Valley.
yeah. So I think at 6,000 feet and 2,000 meters, I think that's when you start to feel the air is a bit thin, right? That's where you kind of notice it.
Living at altitude for 20, almost 30 years, I always did better when I went to higher elevations. When we raced places like Bryan Head and Park City, historically for me, I had an advantage because I lived at altitude. Going down to sea level, not so much. Like I don't know if I couldn't push the wind or what. Sometimes I would feel totally amazing at sea level. Sometimes I didn't feel good at all at sea level, but I always found that my biggest advantage was at higher elevations, like above 8 or 9, like Mammoth and stuff like that. I had better races.
Yeah, no, for sure. If you live up there, it makes a big difference because it feels normal to you, right? That's your everyday riding.
Yeah, it can be dangerous if you're training at altitude all the time and doing a lot of efforts and stuff because you don't recover as well.
All right. Arian is in the chat. How's it going, Arian? He says, what's up? Good to see you back. All right. Thanks for tuning back in. We've got some familiar names. And Trail Lady MTV, she's in the chat. She's saying, when I used to ride Mammoth, I got there minimum 3 days earlier to acclimatize.
Yeah, Mammoth was a tough one. Mammoth and Bryan Head in those places, when you went really deep, you're just like a fish out of water, man. You're just starving for air, sometimes even seeing stars. I mean, like, we did the Kamikaze game together. I remember that, and I did the pro race, and then immediately went and did the e-bike race, the Boogaloo race. I had a really good day that day, but then I was pretty blown up. I actually had a kidney stone after that. I got I had too much fun partying afterward.
Ella saying it makes me feel like I'm riding in outer space. I don't know what it feels like in outer space, but yeah, maybe it feels like that.
Yeah, I've always found that around 10,000 feet is where you really feel it. It's when you get that chest beating, like where your heart doesn't feel like it's working properly, and the heartbeat echoes through your head and your whole body every time your heart beats. And I've done a bunch of 10s, 11s, and 14ers and stuff like that. And man, when it almost feels alarming if your body doesn't feel right when that your heart is beating so hard. And you're like, whoa, okay. I'm kind of feeling that now.
Yeah, mammoth is like that. Like Trail Lady was saying, you kind of have to acclimatize when you go there because it's 11,000 feet up there in Mammoth, and
yeah, it's 11,053 feet at the summit of Mammoth. I did a bunch of kamikaze. I raced the actual kamikaze back in the day at the Norman Nationals, and raced there for so many years in the Norbas, and then later we went back there for like 2 or 3 national championships over a 10-15 year period, and then the kamikaze games as well. I love Mammoth. I just was up there actually a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
the hot springs and
yeah, so
the waterfall.
Josh was there last weekend on Saturday. Posted some good videos on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, the minarets, and it's just spectacular. You're on top of the world up there. We actually took Riley up, and we got to the gondola. We got off the gondola at the top, and they're like, "You can't have your dog here." And they go, "Well, they loaded us," and we got up here, and all these phone calls are being made, and all this stuff's going down, and then they're like, "Well, she's not allowed to be on the single track. You're allowed to walk her on this path, but you're not allowed to have her on the single track with the bikes." But then they went around the whole thing, and they go, "Well, we got approval for you to take her down the kamikaze." So Riley got to do the kamikaze, and then my daughter Sienna, we went back up and did a couple runs off the top, and went, all over beach cruising and everything. It was beautiful.
So she got the KOM of dogs on kamikaze.
Yeah.
Nice. And Trail Lady, she says, back in the day when Insane Wayne.
I know Wayne well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know Wayne really well. Actually, Wayne still lives in that area. He actually married Earthquake Jake's sister, and yeah, I know Wayne very well. I like Wayne a lot. He's a great guy. He was actually he did very well for a long time in downhill, and he dabbled in some cross country and was a pretty good dual slalom rider for quite a few years.
All right, now it's the last climb on lap 3, and at that point I'm just thinking like, oh yeah, it's just one more time and then it's over. Like, I can do this. It's like if you make it to the fire road at the top, you're pretty much out of the water. It's like, okay, I know I can survive from that point.
Did you feel like you could give it gas, or did it just feel like you were just kind of hanging on, just getting it done?
I was just like not weak, but I think my fitness was just low. So I was not bunking. I was not feeling like I was gonna get sick or I was gonna shut down. I just felt slow. So but that was actually a good sign, because I was like, okay, my endurance is still there. I can still keep pushing the distance. I'm just slow. My power is just down. So that's something I just can train.
Do you feel like you got some bonus, like some training bonus from doing the race?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. On my training graphs and training peaks, it does like a big sharp peak of training stress, and yeah, that helped me put me back on track.
Yeah, that's what you need sometimes to blow it out, get the cobwebs out, get back to allowing yourself to remember what it's like to suffer, and then figuring out how far you can push that and then maintain it for the whole event.
Yeah.
I always like to try a negative split. Like, in my mind, like, I would love to do that, but it's so hard, and I almost never do. If like a really good race, on a 3-lap race, if I lose a minute or I keep it within a minute or two for all 3 laps, I'm really happy with that.
All right, Andres is tuning out, so thanks for stopping by here, Andres. So hopefully you can ride soon. The races are back. What do you use? Do you use anything to track your fitness, Derek? Do you use like Training Peaks, Strava?
I mean, I use Strava, basically. That's pretty much it. I don't really need Training Peaks. I kind of know like if I'm doing periodization, you know, I'm on a build cycle, and I kind of know when I need to like back it off, and if I'm recovering enough, and then how well do I feel, and then where's my heart? Like if I go really hard and I do a little bit of interval training or something, or I just attack. I like to do a lot of just attacking segments. You know, for years I would just attack segments, different link segments for, you know, intensity training, and then do my endurance and everything else. And I can just kind of know where I'm at. I mean, I consult with other coaches and other people and stuff, and I'll look at my data for how much, but mostly just Strava. Actually, I pay for Strava, and they have a lot of little extra features that you can go in and kind of see how your whole year has, you know, stacking up.
Yeah, I mean, once you've done it, the structured training a bunch of times, you kind of know what it feels like, what it looks like, so you can kind of wing it. You're not going to be at your sharpest, but you're going to be, you know, able to do the races and still have fun.
And it's weird because you can do everything totally scientific, and it can not work out at all. And you can just go out and ride for fun and totally blow away what you thought you were capable of. And so there's these other factors like your mental, you know, that people don't realize, you know, and you're like a new bike day, and like one day it just doesn't feel hard, and you're like, why doesn't it feel hard today? Why do I feel so freaking good today? Why am I having this incredible result? I have no idea. What did I eat for breakfast? What did I drink? How did I sleep? Sometimes you didn't sleep. It's like, and it's so hard to put together that formula, because one night you might sleep really well and have a bad day. You might not sleep at all and have a great day. It's just all over the map. It's really, really, really hard to track. But all the information you can gather help you to kind of like continue to repeat and build and know kind of where you're at or what you might be able to do. And then a lot of mental programming helps too, if you like really position yourself in a way of believing in yourself and being just really wanting to get in there and suffer and fight for it. You know, you can go in there and dig and try to have a great result.
Yeah, I think that's key. I mean, learning yourself, like, because everybody's different, right? Even the not only the body but the mental as well, and that's what Trail Lady, she's saying in the chat too. She says like each racer has a different threshold. We all have to kind of learn how we react to the training stress and how we perform under pressure.
And then the equipment matters. Like one day you might put on a certain set of tires and it might be really muddy, and you might start off really poorly, but it might affect some other riders differently. And as the race starts to progress, all of a sudden you find that you have an advantage over everyone because of your bike setup. And then your mental goes from bad to good because you all of a sudden start overtaking a lot of people. And then as the race unfolds, you know, you find that you're riding incredibly well technically because your bike setup was better. And then all of a sudden you find yourself on the podium. In a huge race, and you had no idea, and you were actually off the back at the beginning of it, and you're like, well, how did that happen? And really, it was just being tenacious and not giving up, and then a weird combination of things coming together that ended up rewarding you.
Oh yeah, totally. And the equipment, you cannot copy what others are doing. I know a lot of people are asking questions what we use, but sometimes you copy what someone else is using. Like I know, Derek, you were really fast on the Saber Pro, and I tried those tires. I was so slow on those tires, like I just couldn't feel them. Like it was not a good fit for my riding style. And it's not because the tires are bad, it's not just a good fit for me. So sometimes the equipment, you need to find what works for you, what gives you confidence, and what can unlock your potential, right?
Yeah, and I mean, everybody has a different personality and a different skill set, you know, and like I ran no tires for so long that when I got on the Sabres, that was the first knobby tire I had run in years. I had run like, you know, Thunderbirds or, you know, Freer's Freds or all these different tires for years. So when I first, you know, Roger hooked me up with the first Sabres at Mammoth at National Championships, dude, I fell in love with those tires. Yeah. And they worked really well for me. They even ended up using me in an ad in Mountain Bike Action, a full page. But I actually am still running a Sabre on the back of my hardtail right now that I'm planning on running this weekend.
Were you able to climb?
saber in the rear.
Were you able to climb that steep section we just did on the stream, like that very steep section?
Yeah, no problem at all.
No problem with the sabers, yeah.
No problem at all.
Damn. Is
And I
that
like the way it handles and winds up. So the saber's a little bit lighter tire, so you get a little bit quicker wind up. And when you dive into a corner, you know, the booster gets so much more grip that the saber actually will step out and help the handling of the bike a little bit. And I've been setting my bike up in that kind of fashion for many, many years, and I like the way that makes my bike handle. It's, you know, you get a little more grip up front, a little bit slipperier and quicker wind up in the back.
all right?
Works good for me.
I made it out of the climb, so I'm back on the fire road there. I'm gonna get a cup, pour that on my back, cool down. It feels so good. And now I feel like I'm done with my race. I'm like, all right, now I'm done with the suffering. Now I can have fun.
That's exactly how I feel too when I get back to the fire road on the last lap. You're like, oh, I mean, now I can just compress this, you know, this little bit. And really, the funny thing is we mapped it out. The fire road is only 1.5 miles into the race. So it's really, I think it was a little bit longer maybe the first race, but not much. So it's really only 1.5 miles to the fire road, the 6 mile loop. But
Yeah.
for some reason, mentally, when you get back up to that, you're like, well, that really hard part is done of all that really steep, you know, kind of switchbacky climbs.
Hey, we got a new follower. So Ron just subscribed to the channel. So thanks for subscribing, Ron.
You're on.
And Josh just tuned in. What's up, Josh, man?
Oh, Josh, what's
This
up,
is
buddy?
like-
Yeah, you're coming out this weekend.
What did I miss? Not much. We were pretty much suffering for 2 laps, and now it's gonna be the fun lap. But Josh is probably gonna race with us this weekend. He was thinking about it. It's
Yeah, I heard he was supposed to be there.
gonna be fun. I mean, Josh told me he wasn't sure if the fitness was gonna be there, but I mean, you can race yourself back into shape too. That works.
That's what I've always done over the years. You know, you train and can do all that, but there's only one true way of training for racing, and that is racing. And there's a fine line between enough racing and too much racing, but I've always used racing as, you know, how to get fit enough to race, you know. Go do it. Race yourself back in this shape.
Yeah. So Josh is saying, just finished my Thursday ride, ran a little late, didn't bring headlights. Oops. Oh yeah, it's a bit late to come back.
It's dark, yeah, lights.
A bit dark after 8 p.m. and a bit. He says his endurance is off the chart. I just don't know how my speed is, so but that's good. I mean, if you got the endurance, you can finish the race at least, and you figure out what's the speed that you have.
Yeah, Josh, you were going really good last year. I mean, in the Grizzly, dude, you're on fire. If you haven't stopped for, you know, Stewart, when Stewart has a little incident, and then you got in that little battle, you know, at the end. Yeah, you're riding really super strong last year. Jasper.
All right, and hopefully the next stream I do, I might do a stream with the US Cup at Bell Lake. So I've got the footage. I've never finished the edit, so I think the next stream that might be the one I do. So we got the Josh cam on that one. That'd be pretty cool to see. And then we're gonna put the Derek cam this time this weekend.
Yeah, whatever, need a camera or whatever I gotta do.
All right, I'll bring you a new camera. We're gonna put that on your handlebar.
And what? Okay.
When Eric just subscribed to the channel. Thanks for the follow, Eric. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. We're gonna hopefully gonna keep streaming the rest of the season. It's been a bit of a weird season. We kind of had a big stop in the middle, and now we're kind of rebooting the season. So next race is this Saturday. Nordic is gonna be race number 2, and the series is gonna be 4 races long. Hey, Riley, he's on the stream.
I mean, she's as famous as I am, you know. Hangs out at the shop every day. People come just to see Riley. She's like, this is very uncomfortable, though. What do you think, Riley? You gonna take over? You take over, son?
Chris is asking, is Saturday's loop the CCW? I don't know what's the CCW loop. I can show you the map.
She's like a chunk of muscle.
So that's gonna be the map for the race of Saturday, July 18.
She was on ass tonight. You were on ass tonight, huh?
Chad is saying, I've been watching your race vid while riding on the indoor trainer. As close as I can get to racing. Alright, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good way to visualize the trails too, and keep the mind engaged with the trails if you cannot ride.
I'm excited to see how Chad's going to do this weekend. He's got a new ride. I got him an Epic Pro hardtail. Super nice bike, and he's excited. He hasn't been on a race for a while. He went after that Everesting attempt, so it'll be nice to see how he can do, you know, out here and in a short time trial event like this. I mean, we know he's fast. You know, he's taking Phil's KLMs everywhere, and he's, you know, he won the Grizzly twice. So we know that he can definitely put down some fast times. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes for him this weekend riding for Beverly Bikes.
Yeah. Yeah, so Chris was asking if it was going to be counterclockwise, but no, it's not. It's always going to be, well, I mean, yes, it's always counterclockwise here at Rim Nordic, but we just use a different selection of trails.
And actually, we went clockwise. There is a historical race where we went clockwise, and we went up the switchbacks way back in the day. I remember battling with Jimena Foree, Tinker's ex-wife, who was a multi-time Olympic mountain bike racer for Argentina, and I remember we went the other way and we went up the switchbacks. Yeah, it was a classic race that we did many years ago.
That could be fun, yeah, because the steep climb becomes a steep descent, and yeah, it could be fun.
Well, remember we used to do the stage race, and we used to go out that way and go up to the top of that climb, right, the fire road, right to the base of the single track. And then we used to super D back down it. There was like, we used to have a whole bunch different races that we've done there over the years. We had a couple of crazy races at Rim Nordic where there was massive rain and lightning.
Oh yeah.
It was impressive. It was scary, actually. The whole thing turned into flash flood, but it was there was some really spectacular races there. Even snow races. Can you imagine riding all this in the snow, like a foot deep? Me and John Noble and Alan Lampramois battling it out for the state championship on this course, basically, just buried in snow. Hike-a-biking some because it wasn't rideable on a fat bike.
So you just saw on the stream, I went in the only water puddle of the entire course.
You know there's a line there, right?
No, what's the line? Is there a secret line?
Yeah, there's a secret line there for sure. You don't touch brakes, you don't slow down or anything. You never touch the water.
Oh yeah, okay. We're gonna see that.
You know I'm good about lines. You followed me around on Skyline before. You know I can figure that stuff out. So yeah, there's a line. There's a really good, super fast line there that you don't touch your brakes or anything, and you don't get your bike wet.
Okay, I guess we're gonna see that on the next stream with the direct cam. So I just got past there. Who's that dude? So that must have been Dom. And I've got Brian behind me, who's been training me for a while. And look at the flyby where we are. So that's where we are right here. So I think that the guy who just passed us was Dom, and then behind us is Brian, who's about to probably make a move soon. All right, we're about to go downhill pretty soon.
I think I'm done already.
Then you're done? Oh yeah, because you were doing 2 laps, right?
Yeah, I might be close to being done already. It was kind of nice not to have to do that 3rd lap, and I can kind of build on my fitness without tearing my body down too much.
So you were done in 39:28 was your 2nd lap, and that was an hour 17. And that was good for 2nd place, man. That was pretty solid.
Yeah, we had a good group of riders. We had some decent riders. I was surprised the guy that beat me pretty well, and he was pretty fast. I mean, he must have been my 32nd guy behind me, and he caught me on the top on the 1st lap, and I tried to get away on the downhill because I knew that would be my place to do it, and I did. But then he came back to me sooner than I thought, and then he was able to put some time on me on that 2nd lap.
Oh yeah. You had David Casillas also in your category, so he's another guy who's doing YouTube videos of the races.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
David Casillas.
Oh, how did he do?
He was in 4th in 122.
Okay. Yeah, I started pretty far up in our group. I think I started 1st. So I think the guy that was behind me was my 32nd guy was the one that I had to battle with, but I didn't see anybody else. And only the pro women. I was like moving through some of the pro women back and forth when I caught them. Because they had come through on their 1st lap, you know, and we were going out. So I was able to close a bunch of gaps, you know, and try to hang on to it. I think they did 3 laps too, so.
All right, so Chris wants to know the starting time for a sports category. So let me check for that.
I think it's 10, but double check on rimnordic.com and look at the events on there, and I'm sure they've got it laid out.
Yeah, I'm on the website, so check-in is at 7:30 a.m. Race start for beginner and sport at 10 a.m. Pro woman, expert woman, and open single speed is 11 a.m. And then 11:30 is the pro man and expert man. So it's actually better to race sport because you get the cooler temperatures, so the beginners get the cooler temps. Beginners and sports get the cooler temps of the morning at 10 a.m.
And the sport riders still get 2 laps too.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Want to go?
I think that's Brian who's gonna pass me there. Is that him?
There's another line there that I can teach you to, Ben.
You need to teach me the good lines.
I'm like watching your lines. I'm like, yeah. Well, I mean, I've ridden and raced around Nordic probably more than pretty much anyone ever in history. So, you know, over the time, I've kind of picked up a few things. Some of the things I've picked up were amazing once upon a time, but maybe not. You know, I've had to constantly reevaluate, you know, how good the line choices were, because at one time they were the best, and then things change and evolve over the years. But I think I can still help you out a little bit.
All right. We should do a pre-ride one day so you get some time to look at them.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Right now we're going down the fast fire road again. Trying not to touch the brakes. Yeah, the confidence was back up toward the end of the race. It was also my first race with those tires, so I put them on I think 2 days before the race for the first time. So
boosters.
Yeah, and I really like them.
Yeah, it takes a while. They have, you know, everything has limitations, but the more you ride them, the more you like them, and the better you'll be able to ride them, of course.
No, they feel very predictable, so they feel pretty easy to learn. So Crafty is in the chat. He says, "Oh, you convinced me to sign up for Saturday's race." All right. We've got one more rider.
Yeah, nice.
but he's got a broken spoke on his rear wheel. So
Oh, that's good.
can Bear Valley Bike fix that before Saturday?
We can. He becomes in on Friday. Yeah, we could probably help him get a spoke in it.
Yeah. So
Or you can take it and cross it so that it will pull from the opposite side and wind it tightly on the opposite one, so it pulls the rim back towards where it would be if it wasn't broken. And that might help you a little bit if you get in a pinch and you want to run it. I mean, I did a pre-ride out here with Stuart and Andy, and I had a nipple brake on one of my wheels, and I did that with it, and it was fine to do the whole pre-ride. So I was able to get away with it. But then I went to the shop the next day after.
all right. So Crafty, go to the bike shop first thing in the morning tomorrow. Get that fixed.
It's actually worse if it's a nipple, depending on where it breaks. Because if the spoke breaks, and you can still use the nipple, you can just thread a spoke in there and tighten it up. If it breaks off in the spoke and the nipple have to be replaced.
All right. So Crafty,
The tape gets in the way, and it can be a little bit of a pain.
Crafty's gonna get that sorted out, I guess. And Trail Lady, she's saying those pine cones can be dangerous. So did you have an adventure with the pine cones? Yeah, if you get on the pine cones, you can. It feels like marbles. It feels like you lose all traction.
It also could go as a flat tire because they got a little barb
Oh
on
yeah.
tire. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I had a pine cone incident on Powerline Trail in Big Bear riding with Stuart a while back, and earlier this year, and I was hauling ass on this trail, and there's a lot of pine cones that all fallen in the racing line. And I was right about to finish the segment, and I was going for the fastest time ever, and I was pinning it as hard as I could. And I went around these pine cones, and I clipped my pedal on a rock that was buried in these ferns and got ejected off the bike straight off into the woods. And Riley comes back to me, and I dropped like a bunch of F-bombs, and I had blood squirting out all over, but I didn't get hurt seriously. And it's on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out.
Oh,
Right
yeah?
at the end of that segment, I crashed pretty hard. And the ironic thing about it is there was a sign right there, right before I finished it. It said, "Prepare to stop."
Of course.
And the bike stopped right there, and I went flying. Yeah, I clipped the pedal and just boom, just launched me.
All right, lap 3, the descent.
This corner is always a little bit tricky to go faster, and then the next couple, you can really go fast, but they're super loose.
Yeah, here it's very loose, and it's a bit bumpy here. And you don't want to blow out the corners too, because you can get really slow if you miss.
Yeah, if you go outside or inside of the racing line almost at all, I mean, it gets so loose so fast that you can lose the front end really quick, and you gotta just try to keep it in that racing line all
Yeah.
the time and fail break it.
It's easy to go down if you get off the racing line, and that might be what happened to Alfredo earlier on the previous lap.
It's just a mental bobble for a second, a little too much speed or whatever, and all of a sudden the front end just is, washing.
I've got Griffith. Griffith is behind me. Got Griffith right here behind me. Probably gonna see him when we start climbing again. Yeah, feeling pretty good at this point. I'm like, okay, I'm having fun. I'm not bunking.
And I was gonna do a little shout out. So last year at the Grizzly 75K, Leslie Patterson won, but she didn't come to the awards ceremony. And if she wants your trophy, I still got your trophy. You can hit me up. I'm getting a little attached to my little bear friend to put him by my front door, but I still got your trophy for you, so if you want to, let me know and we'll figure out how to get it to you.
All right, Leslie, if you want your trophy, it's a beautiful trophy. Man. I wish I would win something like that.
Right. Me too. I have, but not. I think that's pretty cool.
She might be there this weekend. I mean,
It might be. Yeah.
there's not much else to race, so
Well, and then the first of next month, we got our first Big Bear race. So I will, if you want to contact me, I'll reach out to Tom Spiegel and I'll find out exactly what the format's going to be and what he's planning to do with that event. And so we'll have a better idea and understanding, as well as I'll find out exactly what course he's planning on running. So we'll know ahead of time. And if you want to come up and pre-ride it and check it out with me, you know, following this weekend or whatever, I'll definitely be riding it a couple times between now and that event after this weekend.
all right. All right, the Swedish Moose is tuning out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by.
Swedish Moose Mole. My buddy in Sweden's name's Mole. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can hear my bike squeaking right now.
You need my new chain lube. I just came out with some new chain lube that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
We're thinking in the neighborhood between 5 and 10 watts per pedal stroke. It's waterproof and it lasts a super long time. It's really, really good. I'm really excited about it.
No, I think the squeaking, it was coming from my my pivots. The bearing in my pivots were completely shot. They were like starting to rust and everything. So I got them changed today. I went to Bike Improve and they changed the pivots, greased the pedals. They were getting rusty a little bit. So I should be getting a few more watts this weekend.
Good.
Yeah, this bike has been racing.
You gotta make a charge back for Trey, right?
Yeah, I mean, I used to be racing with Yarno, but yeah, he was 10 minutes faster than me. So
Yeah, he stepped up quite a bit. I had some battles with him in the beginning of the year, and I beat him twice, and then he beat pretty handedly a few times after that at Fontana in the Winter Series. We were lucky because we decided, you know, we went back to Fontana this year with kind of an abbreviated course. I've always loved racing there. I won like 7 SRC championships there over the years since, you know, way back in the 90s. I did the very first race I ever had in Fontana. And so we were, you know, went back there and we did like 8 races or something crazy, I think, before the whole shutdown. So we had done the whole, like, I think 5 race Winter Series at Fontana, which I ended up winning. And so we were really lucky, but Trey came out. I was racing the Vet Pro class there. They have a Vet Pro class that's kind of cool. And then we went to Vale Lake, you know, and then, yeah, that was kind of the end of the year. Everything got shut down on last April, right?
yeah, I just did one race before the shutdown, and that was the 6 hours of Vale Lake.
Yeah, and you did the first California race too at Vale, right?
No, I missed those. Yeah.
You missed those two. Yeah, I missed the first one, but I was at the second one. I had a very, very difficult race. It was raining and it was muddy and it was awful. But I finished. And I got my points. I was happy to get finished, but I had no form. I had worse form. I was really awful. It was really hard. But anyway, it was still good to be there.
We're almost done with the race there on lap 3. So I guess the leaders finished a while ago, 30 minutes ago. So Gustavo Pedrosa won the race. He was racing for Baghouse. So he finished in 1:36.17. So that's 30 minutes faster than me. That's 10 minutes per lap. Damn.
That's really fast. That's really fast. He had a really good race. I mean, you talk.
Oh, there is Griffith. That's Griffith right there.
Go back to the saddle, dude. Just drop the hammer on you.
Yeah, Griffith is on it. I mean, you guys might remember him. We were racing with him a lot in cyclocross 2 years ago. He was on the stream a lot because we were in the same category. He's a fast rider.
Yeah, he raced for me for a few years.
All right, so Steven C is asking how many laps. All right, so that was 3 laps. 3 laps race. We are on the final lap. I'm still gonna get a cup of water there to toss it on my back, just to cool down a little bit.
Paper cup.
That feels so good. All right, Josh is telling me in the chat he's just registered. We're gonna see Josh. We're gonna have a Josh cam for the next stream.
What bike are you racing, Josh?
Yeah, what bike, Josh? You have your trail bike? Because I think he sold his cross-country bike last season.
You know, you paying for riding the trail bike around Nordic.
I mean, Josh can do it. He's got the endurance.
Oh yeah, just painful.
And Chris is asking, is it 2 laps for sport? Yeah, 2 laps. 2 laps for sports. If I look at the time for the sports category, let me look at the sport 30:39. They did a race time between 1:20, 1 hour 20 minutes, and the last guy did it in 1 hour 56. But it seems to be like an hour 30 minutes is about the pace for a sports category. All right, almost done there. So I said the race winner was Gustavo. John Wesling got 2nd place, and Stewart did a really good race. He got 3rd place.
He had a really good race. Yeah, he beat Rom and John.
Romolo in 4th place. Yeah.
Yeah, so from my team, I mean,
Almost. He really loves Nordic. You know, he's been racing for that rim for quite a few years. He really enjoys coming up and doing out of bad. So
he was really motivated and he had a really good day. He said he felt kind of tired afterward, though, for a few days.
Yeah. Yeah, P7 for John Noble and 1:45. Pretty solid time. So Chris, you're gonna take it easy and go for 2 hours?
Yeah, I think if Sam had showed up, he's been riding super well. He might have given Gustavo a little bit of a run for his money. Because at Fontana, Sam was on fire. He was just, I mean, he just kept getting faster and faster and faster, and his lap times were ridiculously quick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know exactly how much he had been training. I kind of was surprised not to see him out there, but I think he would have done really well.
All right. So Steven is checking out. So thanks for stopping by, Steven. See you next time. Yeah, we're almost done. I think it's the final little climb there.
This time you get a little grassy climb at the end.
Yeah, is it?
That's always a little kicker, you know, like placement selection if you're near someone, and you know it's just hard enough that in the middle of it it's kind of steep, and then it's like kind of, you know, it's an interesting deceiving climb, and then you got that really quick downhill into the start finish line. So
I mean, interesting. I don't remember doing the grassy climb.
yeah, when you get on it, you'll remember.
I remember, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of coming back on this road, you hang a left and kind of go up this little meadow climb. And it's real steep in the middle, but it's kind of gradual on the approach. And then once you do the steep part, it's kind of gradual at the top. And then a quick downhill into this berm. And then right into start finish, that little start finish like short track loop thing.
Okay. All right. So, are you gonna do anything different this weekend? Are you changing your strategy a little bit?
No, I'm going to go hard and try to hold it wide open and try to fuel and just have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy being out there. And that's all I'm going to do.
All right, go hard.
Yeah, hopefully I have good legs so I can just wind it up and it feels effortless and I'm just going right at my potential level, whatever that is, effortlessly. That's what I'm trying to manifest as far as internal programming. And then make sure that I drink and eat and then just try to have a fun day out there.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing is make sure you drink and eat enough because it's easy to get dehydrated at Rim Nordic. So if you can stay hydrated, that's key. That's key to have a good race.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Ben.
Yeah, that was fun.
Appreciate it to be a part of it, and our little experiment seemed like it did pretty well. It was really challenging for me to get on there at first, but we ended up getting it.
We made it.
We can do it again, and I'll have my own cam on there too, and you'll be able to see how low my heart rate was.
All right, yeah, that was kind of a test for this stream to see if we can make it work with two commentators, and we can keep improving on that formula and get more cameras and more data, and that'd be pretty cool. Yeah,
and I can get my telemetry as well, for my cam or whatever, and we can make that work, and it'd be really sweet.
Awesome. So
thanks for everything you do, Ben, because this is, some of the best footage, and with the live data and the live chat and where everybody is on the course and the flybys. And, I think you've done a really great service to, Southern California mountain biking and really, and even, mountain biking in general, being able to show people this. And I think this is something that we should invest in improving and continuing to bring forward,
All right, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Eric. That means a lot. And yeah, I hope we can keep doing that. That's super fun to do. And yeah, keep improving on that. I've got a new setup for streaming now. So I stream also on Twitch TV every day. So you can find me on Twitch TV. Ben Official 2 is my username. Actually, I'm gonna stream right after this. I race at in 45 minutes. I do the race in Indy Pro Formula 2000. So if you wanna watch that, follow me on Twitch. I'll show you what it looks like.
Well, good luck. I hope you have a good race. Yeah, I saw your whole setup and I was tripping out. I was like, yeah, it looks pretty fun. I mean, if you're quarantined at home, you can get out there and drive at the head and you look really.
Yeah, so yeah, it's twitch.tv/benofficial2. So look me up, and I'll be live in 20 minutes. I'll just flip the switch and go live on Twitch after this. And yeah, thanks for stopping by, Derek. See you this weekend, and we'll keep racing and we'll keep streaming. And all right, thanks everyone.
Yeah, hope you be out there this weekend or come by the shop. If you're getting Big Bear, hit me up and we'll go for a ride.
All right.
Have a good night.
Thanks everyone in the chat. All right, see you next time.